Hi everybody, I am Jennifer Zollinger and I will be your instructor for this course, Math 100G, which is an introduction to algebra and finance. I'm excited to be here with you and I hope you are too. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction here of our course. If you want to find out more about me, I'll do that in the introduction discussion board. But for now, let me just show you a few things about our course that are maybe a little different from what you've had in your previous pathway courses. And so hopefully you're familiar with iLearn, and so this should look familiar that way. I'm not going to show that. There are iLearn tutorials elsewhere if you need those. Make sure you check here this homepage for the announcements. I don't have any yet, but as soon as I get this video, we should have one up there. And make sure you look for those every week. I'll post useful information there for each week's lesson, so check those out. What I want to do then is kind of run through a few things. Let's go to the overview. You can find my email address. Email is the best way to contact me. I check my email multiple times a day. You can also use the instant messaging here to contact me, and I check that often, as well as the discussion boards, and so you can use those too, and I will check those at least daily, if not more than that. Let's take a look at, here in our welcome folder, we have our syllabus. I'm not going to run through everything, just a few things. So course materials, computer, internet access, but also make sure you have Microsoft Word and Excel, and you're also welcome to use the Open Office Writer or Calc software, but we'll be using Word and Excel for a lot of assignments, so make sure you have those. The textbook is free and available just here in the course. I'll show you where to find that in a minute. And then you'll also be doing a kind of a book report on a financial book, and so there's a list of those you'll find in your first portfolio folder that you can choose from, and so maybe purchase that or maybe check out from the library or borrow from a friend, but you'll need access to one of those books. Then a scientific calculator, just something basic, not a graphing expensive one, just that $10 Walmart calculator is perfect. You'll want to have. Let's see. So a few things that are different on the grading policy than maybe you've seen before. Grading for this class is divided into two parts. So you have academic and then citizenship. In academic, those grades just kind of are directly your grades. And so these include quizzes, exams, and portfolio assignments. And then everything else counts as a citizenship grade. And your citizenship grade doesn't directly affect your overall grade the way your academic assignments will. Instead, you'll find that just if your overall citizenship grade is between 90 and 100%, so it's really good, then your overall grade increases by 5%. And then if your citizenship is good, it's between 75 and 89, then it doesn't affect your grade at all, it just stays the same. If you're between 65 and 74% on your citizenship, though, you do find your grade drops by 10%. And then anything less than 65% on citizenship, you do get a failing grade. And so just some things to be aware of. Those aren't directly affecting it, but if you're doing poorly, not getting those assignments in, then it can cause you to fail the class. And so just be aware of that. Attendance is also a little different than maybe you've seen in GS 120, and so instead of being that 30% of the grade that was in GS 120, your attendance, you can miss up to 3 of your gatherings with no penalty at all. It doesn't affect your grade at all. But once you reach 4 absences, that reduces your grade by 10%, and 5 or more absences and you will fail the class. And so just be aware of that. You can't miss a lot of your gatherings. That'll cause you to fail the class. But you can miss up to 3 without there being any effect to your grade. All right, I'll let you guys go through the rest of that on your own. Let's look at a few other things. want to kind of show you, so setup of our class. And I'm going to look at week 2 because it's a little more typical than lesson 1, where you'll find in each lesson folder, getting started just kind of introduces the class. You have a questions and conversation discussion that's not required. Just if you have any questions or things that you want to talk about, that's optional. Folder A. So these assignments will be due on the Wednesday night of the week. And so this includes all your instructional videos usually, and some homework, exercises, quizzes, and then your gathering preparation. And then folder B, your gathering folder, is more exercises that you usually work on in your gathering. And then folder C has more exercises, quizzes, learning and attendance reports, and that kind of thing. And last of all is your portfolio project. And so each of those, so folder A was due the Wednesday night, everything else, folder B, C, and your portfolio assignments are due Saturday night. And so that's where your assignments are at. This is the one you'll want to go to pick out a financial book, and so make sure you're picking a financial book from the list when you do that. So that's a typical week right there. Let's go down here. After lesson 14, you find a resources folder. Make sure you check this one out as well, as it's really got a lot in it, including your textbook. And so it's got a lot of these instructional videos, which are great. The syllabus again, it's got links to academic support, online support, and the online math help. But there's our textbook is right here in this one. And so this is your textbook when you need it. And you're welcome to print it off if you want, but it's not absolutely necessary unless you actually want that physical copy. That's up to you. Also some spreadsheet tutorials, some other documents we'll be using, so make sure you check out that folder. I think that's about everything. Hopefully that'll help you get started. Please let me know if you do have any questions or concerns that I can help you with. I am excited to get started.